ready to get into the meat and potatoes. I just had to get that out of the way. Because in order for you to understand what's going on, you have to understand why we do these rolling contracts. Now, remember, these are 3-month contracts. Remember, it says it right here. But how do you get to a point? Because remember, when you deposit $1,000, you're getting back $2,160. But you can double that. How do you double that? We can ready to talk about it real quick. So this is what the rolling contract is. Now, we know, and I'm going to keep going back to this real quick. We know that we deposited $1,000. How do we know? Because it's written right here, deposited amount $1,000. All right, so you got week 1 through week 12. And why is it week 12? Okay, now, remember, you deposited $1,000, but if you look down here, the end game is $4,179. Well, how is that? I'm going to tell you how. All right, so basically what happens is we chose this contract. We deposit the money, send the money from our Coinbase cryptocurrency wallet into WaterMine. So we got to this point where we're generating 2.4%, right? Remember, we said $168 a week, right? So guess what? Week 1 through week 12, you're going to get. So this is your very first contract right here. But what are rolling contracts? All right, so week 1, after you first deposit and you get your first money, right? So what happens? Week 1. This is the $1,000 situation. This is a $1,000 contract. It's 3 months. But in week 2, I'm going to take this 168 and I'm going to buy this contract. So with this 168 at this contract, 2.2% daily, guess what happens? You guessed it. Now I have another contract. So I have another 3-month contract set up. So I went from a $1,000 contract to now I'm at a $100 contract. And so forth. When you get here, that's what week 2 is. As you can see, 168. This over here is the amount that I'm starting with. Okay? So, week 1, 168. Week 2, I still get the 168, but I took the 168 from week 1 and brought another contract. So now I got 2 contracts in week 2 that I can deal with. All right. So what did I do after that? Week 3, I took and brought another contract. So basically what I'm doing is the interest that I'm doing, and I'm adding it all up. So 25 here and this equals 194, correct? But now, because I brought another contract, another $100 contract, adding it all up. Now I took and purchased. Now we're down to 224. So every week I'm buying a brand new contract. Going all the way through. Now, here's the thing. This is week 1. This is week 2. So week 2, I bought a contract. Week 3, I bought a contract. Week 4, I bought a contract. Week 5, I bought another contract. So now, at week 5, I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 contracts. All right. But as you can see, each time I buy a new contract, the price goes up. Why does the price go up? Well, I'll show you why it goes up. We'll just go ahead and jump on over here. I'll help you out real quick. I wasn't going to do this, but we need to. Go ahead and get this logged in. So you can literally understand just a little bit more of it. By the way, that code does change, so you could have looked at it and copied it, and still is going to change. All right, so this is my balance. All right, like I said, I made my first initial deposit last Tuesday. Oh yeah, last Tuesday. So by Monday night, I will be making another deposit at 1:30. Okay, so this is my account balance. So again, when you're doing this, I'm gonna go to investments real quick. Okay, so remember, we said right here we deposited 1,000. That 1,000 gives us 168 a week. So for 12 weeks, I know that this contract is going to pay me 168, and I'm going to get this at the end of the time frame. All right. Now, understand this. 168. Now I'm gonna come up here, and I'm gonna enter in 168. Oh, what is this? 25.90 a week. Well, I'll be darned. Look at her. 25.87. Now at the time, I do believe that the interest rate was a tad bit different. So week 2, this is how much I made, because as you can see, I entered into 168 I got from her after week 1. Week 2, I bought a contract. Alright. So I know I get this now, right? So guess what I'm going to do? The next week, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to buy another contract. The only difference is I know that here I could get this amount. Okay? 25.87, right? Come over here. We'll enter 25.90 because that's what this shows. And we got $3.64 a week. Now, if you take and pull out your trusty dusty calculator, all right, now you see I brought this up. So again, we are looking at $3.64 plus $25.90. We'll go back to the trusty dusty. 3.64 plus 25.90. What do we have? 29.54. We come over here. Guess what happens? We jump back over here, and I know it's a lot, but oh, what's that? What's that? Yeah. Now you're starting to see. So when you start to get here, you start buying these $10 contracts. Just take and add the second your weeks, because these are now in the $10 range. All right, but they all add up. So remember, when you go here, you're getting $46 in 3 months. You're still getting this amount. This is your first contract. This is your second contract. This is going to be the third contract. And each week, you're adding a different contract. That's how you went from your initial deposit of $1,000 ending in $2,160 to the way Sam has drawn this out at $4,179. Each week you just sit there and you add that up. Now again, when you get to week 3, $25.87, which was $25.90. When you go into your WaterMine account, trust me, your WaterMine account allows you to go inside and change the narrative. So this is the first, second. This is the third contract. We are here at 29.70. So let's just go ahead and put that in there. 29.72. So now you got a contract 3 months you're gonna get. So remember, you already got 53. You had one contract here over here for 46. All of these are going to keep going, but it totals up at the end. And when it finally totals up, as you can see, it goes down, down, down. You get here, but all of this over here starts to add up. All right. At the end of the contract, at the end of your contract, you'll have this money. The next week, the money ends here. The next week, the money ends here. Does it stop there? No. You should have enough money to where if you're here, you should have enough money generated to where you can jump up now and start buying and start making big money. All right. I just wanted to show you that. Rolling contracts are really important. You have a lot of people who just take and invest and let the money sit for 3 months because it's like compounding interest. Okay? Have an end goal in mind. Set a goal where you want your money and then follow the rolling contract strategy. produced by Sam Ellis and instructed by Peter Hayes. Okay, these two gentlemen. Peter. I was introduced to Peter by a friend of mine named Leslie Graham. And so far, I have taken what Peter has said and I'm running with it. It's like 4x100 meter relay. Sam and Peter handed the baton off to Les. Les handed the baton off to me. I'm gone with it. There's another gentleman that I deal with. His name is Trevor. Trevor has taken his and he's running. You have to have a mind frame to understand your end goal. This ain't no get rich quick scheme. This is to generate a soft pillar for you. So if you maybe want to take a trip or you want to plan something out down in the road, have a plan. Most people get into financial things, they have a plan. When you open a business, you have a financial plan. You have a goal. You have an end goal. Have your end goal. That way you know how that you can do your money, do your investing, do all of that you can. All right? Now, our next video, we're going to talk about how to withdraw that money when it's time to withdraw that money. Because a lot of people are saying, can you withdraw? Yes, you can. Man, it's your man, Tony Porter, with Tony's Passive Income, your 9-to-5 kicker. If you like what you just seen, you know what to do. Click the subscribe button. It helps out the algorithm. Not only does it help me, it helps you. If you want to join the winning team, I'm going to put in the description a link that you can join. And that's another thing we're going to talk about. Because it's not mandatory that you do this because it's not a Ponzi scheme. But it's another way to generate cash flow to help you out down your path. All right? And I'll show you how to get with that too. Once again, man, thank y'all for stopping by. I'll see y'all when I see y'all, man. Peace.